All right. Hi, everyone. Amelia here, and I'm here with Wendy and Katrina. And the lovely Katrina Langhorn is a registered psychologist, qualified teacher, and business coach for over 20 years. Katrina has worked in private practice, helping thousands of patients. During that time, Katrina has also worked across many different settings, including schools, hospitals, and correctional facilities. Katrina has worked with several organisations, including Youth Off the Streets and Disability Services Australia. Katrina has also volunteered for Lifeline's 24-hour crisis support and suicide prevention hotline. Katrina mentors and supervises provisional psychology interns and university students. Today, Katrina travels across Australia, facilitating workshops and presenting strategies from the Challenge Journal. Katrina was invited to speak to the United Services Union, has been a regular facilitator for over a decade with positive partnerships, and over the last few years for the Business Bricks Empowerment Series. Katrina is the published author of the Challenge Journal, 12 Proven. That's all I've got. Or maybe Katrina can tell us what the book is.
Welcome, welcome, Katrina. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Very
It's
exciting.
12 proven steps to improve your mental health.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, great to have you here, Katrina. We've sort of been, we met about probably 18 months ago now, wasn't it? Quite some time ago. You came along to the seminar, but we generally start, with our authors. They do come to the seminar as the first step as an introduction to us. And we're curious to ask you, what actually prompted you to come along to this seminar? You must have had something that kind of was the pivot point to say, I need to do something about this book writing bug that you've got.
Well, I really wanted to write the book, but I was really struggling just to take that next sort of step. And I didn't know what that hurdle was. I just knew that it wasn't happening. So I spoke to you on the phone and decided to come to the seminar, and I haven't looked back ever since. So it was just that I knew that I needed some sort of push, and the seminar was what helped me with that. So it was the best decision.
Can you remember what the challenge was? What was causing that procrastination or
I think what it was I just didn't know enough about book writing. When it's your first book, you don't know what you don't know, and there's so much that I didn't know. I pretty much had the innards of the book, but I didn't know how to go about getting it published and edited and the diagrams and the pictures and all that sort of stuff. So there was a whole lot I didn't know, and I needed someone to hold my hand to help me through that process.
Because we were talking a little bit beforehand, and I'd actually spoken to you like just after the seminar, and it wasn't the right time for you then, that you needed some sort of catalyst. What actually kind of prompted you to kind of go, yes, now's the time to take some action?
So when I spoke to you, my brother had just been diagnosed with cancer, and I knew that he was going to undergo some treatment. So I had to sort of wait until we knew where he was with his treatment.
Yeah.
And as soon as he was a little bit better, then I was able to go, okay, now it's time for me to put my head into the seminar and the book.
Yeah. So sometimes we actually talk about it's got to be up there in the top 3 priorities, otherwise it's just not going to happen. And of course, with something such as emotional, that you were going through at the time, it just wasn't the right time. So maybe Em, if you'd like to, just because I know when you're actually at the seminar, and I found it too with my first book, Midlife Mojo, was I had the concept, had the idea, but I had no way to organise it. So for me, seeing at the seminar how to actually plan out what the book was actually going to was my kick in the shins. I went, yes, I could actually see that this was going to happen. What was it for you, Em? Like once you actually saw that, Emma, that at the seminar?
Once I knew there was a structured process, I felt a lot more comfortable because I had no idea. I didn't even have a word written down. And so once I learnt that there's a process and we stick to the process, then I knew, yep, great. I know exactly what I'm doing now.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
I think that's what prompted me and made me feel more comfortable about the whole experience.
Yeah. Can you remember what it was for you, Katrina?
I think for me, it was I knew that there was a missing piece of the puzzle. And then when I went and saw the structure and saw the systems and went, this is the bit that I'm missing. This is what I need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can visualize it, can't you? You can actually see it come, and you can even start thinking about the cover that you want to
Mm.
do. You can have ideas and concepts. Yes. It's a beautiful cover using a beautiful photo and some green. So it was really, really really nice. So I might just remind anyone that's watching the live, if they're watching live, to put live in the comments below. And also if they've got any burning questions. And if you're catching up with us on the replay, then pop that in the comment below. And if you've got any comments or questions, and we'll come back to those questions at a later time on one of our lives. So we'd really love to hear from you. We know that we've got some people out there that are thinking about writing their books, or they've been thinking for a while, and sometimes you don't know, as you said, Katrina, and that's one of Nat's favorite sayings is, you don't know what you don't know. And I add a little bit on the end of that until you find out. So if you want to come along and find out, we're actually doing a seminar this Wednesday. So from 9 a.m. Melbourne time until around about 11. We do have an online seminar. So you can, if you've been before, come back and refresh your ideas, and we'd love to see you there on Wednesday. Or if you've never been, come along because it's a free seminar. You'll find out what we just experienced at our first seminar, some of actually seeing the concepts of your book and how you could start thinking about putting that together. You may be able to visualize that with us on Wednesday. So following the recording, I'll put the links for that and also the links there for Em and I. If you're wanting to just talk about or pick our brains for a few minutes about your book, because sometimes asking someone that's been through it and also, working for Nat, we can actually give you some guidance and direction from there. So I guess,
Mhm.
like, Katrina, you came on board with what we call the Ultimate Program, which is the full end-to-end program. And, being a psychologist, we could actually see that this was going to be a part of what you do. But what do you, from your perspective, what was the best aspect of the Ultimate Program for you?
I think having the team around me, there was quite a big team, and the team having access to the team for a lot of the questions, each issue that you have, and there's you don't even know all the ones you're going to have until you have it. Being able to contact the team and have them help and guide me, that's really what I needed. But also being able to, like, going to the retreat, and I'm coming again to the next retreat, which I think is number 50. So
So
I'm
the big
really,
five, we've got the 49 here, the big 50 is coming up in
five
November.
zero. So I'll be coming to that one again because that was really, really helpful as well. So I had the whole package, all the way through to publishing, and then I ended up with my book in hand. So I was very, very, very grateful for the whole ultimate package.
Nice. And being an ultimate client, you can actually re-attend with your second and third and subsequent book ideas, which is fantastic. And you don't have to pay for the
There
retreat.
you go, Katrina. I'm also joining the November retreat, so I'll see you there.
So
Well,
these are
I
beautiful,
now
these
am
are
on
beautiful
book
books,
two.
book twos.
Yeah, book twos.
Awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. And that's one of the things about the Ultimate Program is that you do actually get that ongoing support for life.
Yeah.
So, so for long as Nat and Stu are doing this, you can come along and do that. So wonderful. So I guess too, since you've actually published the book, there's been a few things that have happened. Can you kind of pinpoint or tell the audience what the book has enabled you to be able to do?
So what I've been able to do with the book is then springboard and be able to support some more of the presentations that I've done. So I've had a few presentations. I've got a few more booked in. I've got something tomorrow night. So I've even been asked to go down to Ulladulla and present down there. I think that's going to happen early next year. So it's really sort of opened the door to be able to present as well. And I was already doing workshops. So this is being able to do it more using the challenge journal and really trying to sort of inform people what they can do to help their own mental health. Particularly now, it's can be quite difficult for people. So I also had it on Amazon. It's on Kindle, and I'm currently doing an Audible for the people that may not be able to read. I think I've got one friend that's had a stroke, and she asked me if she could have it on Audible. So that is what I'm currently doing, trying to put
I've
it on.
done my audiobook as well. And it was a great experience, honestly. I self-narrated it and yeah, it's been great. Like just having, I've got the same, I've got all three types and just that versatility of being able to offer three types of, you know, different types, I suppose, to people and what they prefer.
Yes, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted to be able to
Yeah.
have people access this, um, as many people who needed it, and so having
Yeah.
it across those different platforms, that's my goal.
Oh,
Mm.
good.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you're catering to the types of learners that are out there on education nursing background. The visual with the books, the
Yeah.
listening with the audible, and also with the technology,
Convenience. Yeah.
the convenience of being able to take the book on the plane and everywhere that you want to go. That's wonderful. So what happens now? Katrina, what are your goals now? We'd be interested to hear.
I really want to finish it on Audible. That's number one. I must get that completed, and I will continue with the presentations that I keep booking in. They keep coming in. I'm looking forward to coming to number 50 retreat, which will be my second retreat, and then starting on my second book, which is a little bit of a surprise. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's a little bit of a
It's fun.
surprise. And that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Nice, awesome. That's really good. What have you got coming up, Em? I know you've had a few things while I was away.
I've got
Happening?
lots of things.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so I've launched my podcast
Mm.
called I'm in Control. So I think I've released 3 or 4 episodes. That's been a lot of fun. I ran an event for myself, a speaking event. I've done lots of speaking and can want to continue doing that. And then the book I'm writing in November, I'm actually co-authoring with my personal trainer because we've both had kidney transplants.
Oh, that's
And it's
awesome.
from two perspective because I'm a younger person and exercise and health was not in my vocabulary. Whereas Linda, on the other hand, she's been fitness for life sort of thing, and she's a lot older. So to have those two different perspectives, and dealing with kidney transplants. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a really important book that will help a lot of transplant
I
recipients
think so.
in
Yeah,
an open direction. And yeah, how
hopefully.
inspiring. Well done.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so I've got a lot of things going on, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
No, oh, that's awesome. And those that follow me obviously know that my third book, the proof copy, came while I was away.
Yes, I saw that.
Big reveal over the weekend. I kept it in its box until Sunday that I had time to do that and enjoy that moment. But my plans for that book is I'm doing 5 modules and doing some teaching from that, and then some
Yeah.
mentoring or coaching. Not really sure
Yeah.
what the type phrase is, but it'll be a bit of teaching and coaching. So, I mean, your book can actually give you so many opportunities to impact your community, your audience, your
Well,
listeners.
I'm the classic example because I just wrote the book as a memoir and that was it. And I thought, well, if I help, a couple of people, great.
Yeah.
And then it's just opened this world of opportunities for me and it's just going to keep going from now on.
Mm,
So,
mm,
yeah.
really good. All right. Any little last tips, Katrina, that you may have for our viewers at all?
I think it would be to get to attend a retreat. I think the retreats are really what you can visualize the book and you can see it happening. So that for me would be a top tip. And that's why I'm going to another one.
Awesome. What's your top tip, Em?
Well, trust the process. Honestly, when you're at the retreat, so like Katrina said, get to the retreat. And then when you're there, just focus on one thing at a time. Focus on what you have to do for that day or that week and then that month. And then when you follow the process, you get there in the end. I mean, I had not one word written down. I attended August last year and had the book published by the end of November, start of December. And as I said, I had not one word written down. So I just trusted the process and I told the team to give me deadlines and they gave me deadlines. And as long as I stuck to them, I got it done.
That's it. So we're
Yeah.
very customized and process, and we've done a lot of work behind the scenes to actually put that into place.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
my top tip, I'm actually going to go back a step from you ladies. I'm going to say come along to the seminar, because you don't know what you don't know, and it's a win-win, because it's a free seminar that you can come along to. Em and I will be hosting that for Wednesday, and Natasha and Stu are actually on holidays, but that doesn't take from it. We've got a jam-packed full of information. You'll get some key tips there, and yeah, come along and meet us at the seminar. It's the first step on trying to understand the process behind it, and also, we do go over quite a lot of mindset things about fear and overcoming those obstacles or challenges that you may be experiencing about writing your book. So, on that note, we'll say goodbye to the audience. And again, if they've watched the live, put live or replay down in the comments. Any questions, we'll be able to answer those at a later time. And the link will be there very shortly for registering for that Wednesday seminar, and M&I's links as well. So, thank you for your time today, Katrina. I know you're a very busy lady. So I really appreciate you popping in and sharing with us your journey, and yeah, hopefully giving some inspiration to our viewers. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks again, Em, and I'll see you later today.
Yes.